I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and I'd like to welcome you to Brevard's Best Shot Competition. This is no ordinary shooting competition, and I'm proud to be your host as we go to find the best shooter in Brevard County. Now let's talk about how the show works. We've got two teams that are combined of 8 citizens and 8 law enforcement officers from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. The true competition is to have them in a shoot-off in actually 8 different events that through them will identify who the best shooter is. After each event, each team will decide who's going to leave, who's going to take the walk of shame as we identify the best shooter for Brevard County.
In the Tomahawk event, we used tomahawks and threw them at a target. A little bit of history on the tomahawk. It is a multi-purpose tool. It was used by Native Americans, English colonials, and was basically a multi-purpose tool. When they used it in combat, it would be either hand-to-hand or thrown at the other person. We threw it at a target. Some of the things you need to consider is they are very sharp, and they can bounce off the target if it's not hit right. So you want to pay attention, make sure you have eye protection, make sure that there's nobody around the target when you're throwing it, and just be safe with it.
Congratulations to each of you. You have made it through the first 8 events. You are now in the individual competition. It works the same. Each of you will now go through the next event, and somebody will be voted out of here. Somebody will be eliminated from this competition until we are down to Brevard's best shot. I think you've seen a little bit of the nature of the challenges that you have before you. This one's going to be no different. So in the first round of the individual competition, we are back to where we threw knives before, but Jason, we're not throwing knives this time, are we?
No, so we're not.
What are we throwing?
Tomahawks. All right.
Each of you looks like you've got significant tomahawk experience.
Right? I see that in there too.
All right. Yeah. So Jason, how's it work?
All right, it's pretty simple. We're going to give you the entire piece of concrete to move, because unlike the knife, you can't flip it around and throw it from the other end to change how it rotates. So you'll have to change your distance if you're not getting what you want. All right, but you can't go past this piece. You can't go back beyond that piece. So you can move within this. Okay? 3 throws per competitor. It's as simple as 1 point per stick. Lowest person out. If more than one person has the same low number, those low people will throw again. Those who beat them will be safe. So this may take several processions until we get down to 2 people, or until we get down to 1. Or it may happen the first time, don't know. Well, it depends on how well you throw.
Any questions? There's no specific order on this one. So if you will, just somebody line up front, start throwing, and everybody line behind them. Good luck.
And as with most best shot competitions, there's something unusual about it. You have an obstacle to deal with.
Okay. Sounds like a ladder.
I'll hold them so you don't have to.
Okay.
It's a big giant windshield wiper, that's all it is.
All the way up here if you really want to.
Just on the concrete.
As long as you're on the concrete. Rachel didn't have any success. Now Dave Jacobs is up. So Jacobs with 1 successful throw. Two successful throws. Two out of 3. Dave Jacobs puts himself in a good position. Jason, how many throws did they get, or how many heats do we do?
As many as it takes to get down to loser. You want to pull after a stick. I mean to do that.
Method. No success.
For the safety of the equipment, to get a stick, just stop.
Give me a second so I can pull
We're
it.
going to pull it so you don't accidentally hit it with the next tomahawk.
I think came in a little bit low with that throw. So far, 3 competitors with no sticks. Hatchet. And left-handed. So far, 3 competitors with no successful throws.
Yeah, Joey.
You have to remain in the board to be pulled.
Jason, to be clear, on the sidewalk, do they have to be completely on the sidewalk?
1 foot.
1 foot on the sidewalk? Okay.
1 foot. Nice ball. Nice ball.
Jason, at this point, anybody with 1 stick is moving on, right?
Correct. We have several zeros.
Right.
Zeros will shoot throw again.
Anybody with 1 stick is going to move on.
Yeah,
He's going to pull it.
it's easy to forget.
So I'm throwing with the second throw.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Two for 3. Very nicely done, sir.
Is that everyone? All right, so who had zeros? All right,
If you got a stick, you're good.
yeah, so those with
If you
zeros,
got 1 stick, you are safe. Those who did not have a stick are now head-to-head in competition. I had a good throw, but just not enough force. Samantha showed us earlier what she could do with a long gun. A little bit different competition, a little bit out of her comfort zone. Even at that, still gets a stick. Sam will be moving on with that 1 stick. We have somebody that has 0. Carson just secures himself. Position and moving on. Two out of three. Carson moves on. Rachel in. It's her second time throwing. One stick moves her into the next round of competition. Struggling with this focus.
So 2 zeros, right?
2 zeros.
Need to shoot again.
Moving in for his next round. Very close.
You want to pull it?
Yes, sorry.
That's
what I'm doing.
Sean has one stick.
All right, Rachel, you have to get at least one.
Rachel doesn't get one stick, she will not continue in the competition.
Shoot it from the left. Eyes to the ear. Eyes to the ear. Very good.
Wrong spot.
Out.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, you got one to stick.
I got one stick.
Rachel,
Rachel can play.
Rachel, if you'll come over here, please. You have did some amazing shooting over on the long gun range. You made it through the individual round. How's it feel?
Feels good.
All right. Anything, any words of wisdom for the finals competitors?
Have fun, guys.
Rachel, you have been a pleasure to have on the show. Appreciate all you do at the gun range up at the Police Hall of Fame and shooting up there and teaching folks how to shoot safely. But unfortunately, your last shot has happened on Brevard's Best Shot.
Not a problem.
Thank you for being with us.
Definitely. Thanks.
Rachel, this goes down to sharp for now someone else can hold it. Okay. Now someone else can out and do a 3-gun match with us.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, you and Paula.
Paul, yeah. She'll come out.
September,
Yeah,
October,
yeah. Can I get invited back? That's all I really want to know. I'm going to go home and practice.
You can always get invited back.
Yeah, do it next year when it's a little cooler.
I've competed internationally, so that's probably like the most competition I've ever done, but never had to throw knives or tomahawks or anything like that. So I did really good in the rifle stuff and the pistol stuff as well, and the archery. But when it came to throwing knives and tomahawks, that's where I met my match.
On the next exciting episode of Brevard Best Shot Competition,